Hey everyone, Paula Aponte here with eXp Real Estate here in Polk County, Florida. And today is March, oh gosh, I don't even know, 19th, 20th? I think the 20th, March 20th, 2020. Wow, so it's 3/20/2020. And if you're watching this video pretty current, you know everything that's going on in the world, and I don't really have to say it because because it's the whole world that's dealing with the same situation. With that being said, I wanted to take a moment to give some suggestions for other realtors of how they can actually work their business in this given situation. And before I do me a favor and subscribe. It's like that. Subscribe. I think it's there, or it's there somewhere down there. Subscribe to my channel so this way when I continue to upload more content, you're going to find out about it. And then at the end of this video, if you found even just one thing helpful, give me a thumbs up, okay? Because YouTube likes that, I like that, and then everybody's happy. So on with the show. So what do realtors need in this virtual world? So many things are done online these days, right? You've got shopping, you can go clothes shopping, you can go grocery shopping, you can do dating online, right? I mean, everything is online. My brokerage company is eXp Realty, and we are an online brokerage. If you're not familiar with eXp, I'll also post that link in the comments or in the description so that you have information. But eXp Realty, I do not have a building that I go to for my brokerage company. Everything is 100% online. It's fabulous. And so now, given the situation that we are in, it's a perfect time to actually be in a brokerage company like this. But now I have to just take it to a different level. So when I'm working with buyers and sellers, I've had to figure out a way to kind of think outside the box and how I'm going to continue to work with my buyers and sellers in a virtual format. And sometimes you're not going to be able to, in our world, in our industry, not everything is going to be maybe 100% virtual, but it can be. I mean, it's not impossible. It just depends on to what level your buyer or your seller is going to want to take it to in terms of not having that social interaction or not that face-to-face interaction. We can of course keep that 6 feet of distance from one another pretty easily. That's definitely not a problem. So here's what I want to share. If you have a seller and you are on the phone talking to a seller who's in need of selling their home and they have concerns about the virus and they just don't want to necessarily have people coming through, even you as a realtor, they're a little apprehensive about you coming in the house and going over the whole listing presentation. Guess what? You can send them your listing presentation digitally, okay? And I bet a lot of you guys already do that, so it's probably not rocket science, but just in case, I'm gonna put the listing presentation in the description so that you have it and you can use it as an example. So, listing presentation, email it to them, then schedule the appointment. Now, most realtors, I would say, me included, right? We would schedule the appointment face-to-face, sit at their kitchen table, go over comps, take a tour of the house, do everything that we need to do, and then talk numbers and sign paperwork, right? Well, here's a new way. So you can actually schedule your appointment via Zoom. You don't have to be face-to-face sitting down next to them. And yes, you would like to see the house, but why not have them give you a tour of the house with their camera phone? You can do it live, you can do it via FaceTime. There's lots of different ways, or the Zoom, on the phone. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? So you can get a tour of the house, you can get photographs, you can get a video, and you can still see what the house looks like, and then continue on with your Zoom meeting and be able to continue with your listing presentation, find out if they had any questions about the video that you sent, and hopefully send over some signed documents. What's great about the Zoom call is that you can actually share your screen, so you can share the contract and go over it with them, probably even better than if it was just right next to them because it's like right in front of their face, you know? So I think that's a pretty cool idea. Then moving forward, if they're going to ask you, well, how are you going to market my home? Because I don't want people coming in and out. And how are you going to do open houses? Because I don't want like all that traffic of random strangers with no agents coming through. And that's how normally houses get sold, is when realtors do that. Okay, well, I've got a solution. You can hold a virtual open house, and that can be done in one of two ways. You can either have your, sorry if there was a pause there, you can either have your virtual open house be a guided tour that you pre-record ahead of time, tell them the details of the house. You can have somebody there videoing you, and this is where, yes, you would be inside their house, but you know what, it's okay. Like, you can have Clorox wipes, Lysol spray, hand sanitizer, everything that you need to make sure there's no germs left behind. Or you can set up a live Facebook event. So you can schedule an event just like you would any other open house. And then you can physically be at that open house without having all of the people coming through. And you can talk to the folks that are on your live Facebook feed. And the best part is that you can have your friends and family set up watch parties, which also increases the amount of views that you get, because other people are going to have your live open house events on their newsfeed as well. I did it. It works fantastic. At the end of your open house, you know how when you go to an open house, you have people sign in and sometimes you have some prize giveaways? You can still do that too. So you can tell them at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of the open house event, to stay tuned to the end and listen to all of the facts and information about the house, because at the end, you're going to ask some questions that you mentioned that maybe they won't be able to find, like just by going to the MLS or going on Zillow or whatever it is that they would find the link to the house. But you can mention something very specific to the house. Maybe the house had, I don't know, a peacock shower curtain or something that wasn't shown in the photographs on Zillow. You can mention that peacock shower curtain and then use that question at the end to say who knows the answer, and then that person can win an Amazon gift card that you can do via your phone, and you don't even have to go to the post office to mail it. I mean, or go anywhere to buy it. It's absolutely perfect. So definitely a great way to keep the interaction going, keep people tuned into what you're presenting. And then as far as buyers that want to see the house, you can create a buyer walkthrough video that when you have buyers agents call you to say they have an interested buyer, you can send them the buyer walkthrough video and they can share that video with their clients. And if their clients are still interested after they've seen the buyer walkthrough video, then you can, at that point in time, go ahead and schedule a showing of the home. So this way you don't have like a zillion people coming in and out of their house. And if you have the house priced correctly, in all honesty, it's going to sell pretty quick, and you're not gonna even have it on the market to deal with that for that long. And just let your sellers know that, because we're going probably into a buyer's market right now, if we're not already there, because we don't have a lot of inventory and there are definitely a lot of buyers. So with that being said, I want to talk about buyers. So buyers, you can handle it the same way. You can have your buyer's presentation video, which again, I will post a link to that in the description below. But you can send them the buyer's presentation video online. You can also schedule a Zoom meeting so that you can meet them face to face. If you are an agent that prefers to have them sign an agreement that they're going to be working with you, you can send that to them, obviously, you know, the way you would a contract, and have them sign it. You can then schedule some video walkthroughs that if you send them, you know, 10 different homes and they tell you which ones that they love, you can communicate with the listing agent, see if the listing agent can get you some videos of the houses, or you can go yourself and take video and send it to your buyers, and then they can weed out the ones that they like and don't like. And then maybe at that point, go ahead and see the ones that they really love in person. And you can have your sanitizing station, Clorox wipes, Lysol spray, everything set up so that everything is done in a very sanitary way. And I think it's just really at this point in time, pretty respectful of all parties to make sure that everybody's covered. I had a closing yesterday and they did something very similar where they did not let us into the room until everything was wiped down. And it made me feel better knowing that I was going into a situation where the people that had just left and got out of the elevator and we were going in, we knew that the room that we were going in was sanitized and taken care of and clean. So, we don't have to stop selling real estate just because of this situation that we have. We just have to find a more creative way to do so. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, like I said, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like any of the suggestions that I gave, definitely tell me in the comments what you liked or what you plan to do. I'd love to hear. If you have a different idea, I'd love to hear that as well. Talk to you guys later. Bye.